Mira Business FM, where business comes to talk.
Mira Business FM, this is the Morning Drive, a significant financial services, also a regulatory milestone and news out of Abu Dhabi. And it's something that speaks to a much bigger global story. Here's a recent newspaper headline, why global quant funds are choosing Abu Dhabi. Now, Primrose Capital Management is a quantitative asset manager which has now secured a full financial services permission from the ADGM Financial Services Regulatory Authority. So that moves from in-principle approval to full authorization, and it reflects how the ADGM and the UAE more broadly as well are increasingly being treated not as regional satellites, but as, I guess, a serious global centre for capital, for regulation and cross-border market infrastructure. So what does this mean for asset managers, for investors, and Abu Dhabi's role in global markets? Linus is the Chief Investment Officer at Primrose Capital Management, and Edmond is the Head of Operations at Primrose here in the UAE in Abu Dhabi. Linus, first of all, welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you. Thanks for having us in the studio.
You're very welcome. And Edmond, thanks for joining us.
Good morning to you.
Can I start with both of you? Linus, if I can put this to you first of all. The headline I mentioned was this: why global quant funds are choosing Abu Dhabi. Now, as I understand it, quant funds are investment funds that use advanced statistical analysis, mathematical models, algorithms, AI, really advanced number crunching, essentially. So better than us humans and all our emotions and our foibles that conspire to cloud judgment, I guess, in simple terms.
I look at it as technology. We're using technology to augment the human. So it's not just all technology or technology replacing the human. I think the human still plays a very large role in defining a lot of the parameters and a lot of the direction of how we use data and technology to augment the overall trading process or the overall portfolio management process.
So what kinds of strategies, Linus, are employed in quantitative fund investing to exploit market inefficiencies, to maximize returns?
Generally, it's all starts with data. We take in all the kinds of data that we think is relevant. We compute and we process them. The strategies that we undertake are not much different from the general categories of strategies where there's momentum-driven strategies. There are also mean reverting or RV-like strategies, relative value strategies. The only difference is that we make a lot of decisions based off data and the analytical process of combining that data with human inference.
Edmond, if I can just ask you a quick question, I want to make sure that I'm putting this into context in the right way. Volatility is something we're experiencing at the moment, much talked about, much quoted in newspapers, in financial publications right now, in particular it seems. But it's a word that investors approach with trepidation. And I was looking at your website, at your rather colourfully named Primrose Absolute Return Volatility Fund, which encapsulates the essence of Primrose. Can you talk me through the investment ethos of the fund, or PAV, as it's known?
The fund basically we're trading the market neutral on the crypto. We are uncorrelated to the currencies basically. When we actually trade using the options, and also we're trading with futures and perps to basically hedge off the risk. At this point, we're trying very best to minimize the risk and the volatility that the fund can bear.
Linus, let's talk about the announcement. Primrose have now secured full financial services permission from ADGM, as I mentioned.
I can also add to this a little bit.
Linus, I just wanted to ask you about your licensing. Let me ask you this just quickly, and you can add in a moment. What does this change for the firm in practical terms, this full financial services permission that you've received?
Well, it changes things in a way that it gives us, the regulatory license for our global HQ for Primrose. This allows us to attach the ADGM license entity to all the funds that we distribute. And this essentially shows, our confidence in ADGM as, the licensing body or the regulatory governance framework that we as Primrose Capital Management follow.
And what does it mean for your business? What does it mean strategically for your global business?
This regulatory framework that we adhere to will give clients confidence that when they invest into our products, our funds, they are investing into a regulated business. And this gives them a sense of comfort and confidence that we will adhere to the most stringent or world-leading standards to invest and to manage their investments.
Edmond, you're based in Abu Dhabi, of course. It's a city, an emirate that's increasingly attracting international asset managers, of course. From your perspective, if I can ask you, being based there, you're on the ground, if you like. What's driving that shift, do you think?
We're basically here because of the licensing allowed us to broaden our spectrum in terms of the asset management. When you look at the regulatory environment in other countries, I think ADGM actually offer a much wider, much broader spectrum for us. So that's why we're here. We're trying to be the bridge between for the investors, for Asian investors, and also with the global investors to basically develop all our expertise in this region. So that's what one of the expansion is, which actually makes it very interesting to for the investors, but at the same time also attract portfolio managers and traders to base here.
Linus, can I ask you for a kind of an outside looking in perspective, for an idea of some of the factors that led to you deciding to move forward with full financial services permission, headquartering in Abu Dhabi? I mean, the location clearly is strategic. I guess the tax regime is favorable, the regulatory aspects you've highlighted. But what other factors were there that led to the decision?
Yeah, so in addition to the interesting points that you brought up, I think for me the two key points would be the clarity and the efficiency of the ADGM framework. The clarity allows us, as an investment management firm, it gives us clarity as to how we address digital assets. And the combination of both digital assets and traditional finance or traditional instruments in our overall investment universe. And the other one is efficiency. I think our experience with the whole process has been very good. We feel and we're very confident, dealing with FSRA and registering in ADGM, that we are very confident that the UAE in general will gain more prominence in the global investment industry as a well-renowned regulatory jurisdiction for investment managers to base their businesses in.
Edmond, you've operated under multiple global regulators. How does ADGM compare in terms of the regulatory depth, and I guess also the efficiency and the credibility?
I think that's a very good question. When we compare the regulators in other regions, especially with dealing with the crypto and digital assets, ADGM offers a very friendly environment for the asset managers who actually trade or deal with digital assets. I think for that, it's an upside for us to be based here. Of course, I mean other regulators like in Japan and the US, they are also doing very similar. So I think for this, we're glad to be here to basically expand our business.
Linus, how important is being based in somewhere like Abu Dhabi, in particular in Abu Dhabi, when it comes to access to sovereign capital, to institutions, to regional family offices?
Yes. So there's approximately from our research 500 billion of assets managed by family offices across the GCC, and Abu Dhabi provides unparalleled access to this capital. And being registered as an ADGM entity gives us the opportunity to be a partner of choice and access to this very attractive pool of capital. And it's also very sophisticated capital. And we are looking forward to, after setting up this office, to engage with them.
And I guess as well, it's an expanding pool of capital as well in terms of high net worth individuals, ultra high net worth individuals. Are you seeing Abu Dhabi evolve from a capital destination into a real hub connecting global liquidity to Gulf investors? Is that part of the play?
It is hard to predict how this would happen. But as it is, the events that we attend, both in Abu Dhabi and Dubai, so UAE in general, there is a large proportion of international fund managers and international institutions that attend these events. So it's already showing to be a place where international players commingle and interact with each other, and I think I'm very bullish as to the future direction as to what you mentioned, it being a bridge. I fully agree that this is a highly probable event happening.
Question for you, Edmond. This is a significant moment for the UAE as a global centre for capital. Do you expect more global managers to follow, in your footsteps, this kind of path and establish fully regulated bases in the UAE capital?
Oh, absolutely. There are about 1,900 new licenses actually issued by the ADGM in the first half of 2025. I think proportionally it will be almost double in the second half. So we're seeing actually more and more activities or more and more applications for the asset managers to base here. The environment here at ADGM actually is attract and it's very transparent. Actually attracts a lot of portfolio managers to come here to start the business.
Final question, Linus, looking ahead, what should global investors be watching as Abu Dhabi continues to build its global markets role?
Yes, I think global investors should closely monitor how Abu Dhabi strengthens its role as a financial hub for both traditional and digital asset management. I think the region's growing focus on fintech and digital assets, and combined with its robust regulatory framework, will create significant opportunities in this space. I also think that investors should expect increasing integration between global liquidity pools and the Gulf capital, along with the development of new investment vehicles tailored to family offices and sovereign wealth funds.
Look, I think we're going to be hearing a lot more from you, I guess, in the coming months and years. But gentlemen, congratulations on the authorization. All the best for this, the future. It's been good to speak to both of you. Edmond Chan, Head of Operations at Primrose here in the UAE and Abu Dhabi. Thank you for taking time today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And Linus Ong, CIO at Primrose Capital Management. Linus, thanks again.
Thank you. Thank you for the time.
It's the morning drive. This is Mira Business FM. Like, subscribe wherever you join us from. And remember as well, everything we do, you can watch and or listen to again. Find us wherever you get your podcasts from. Let us know what you think by searching Mira Business FM. And just a note, actually, a new podcast that we have just released for petrol heads, for people that enjoy all things driving and cars, supercars, luxury cars, hypercars. It's called Luxury Breaks. Jacek Ziomek from X Motors here in Dubai is a co-host, and you can find it wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Mirror Business FM.